Hello good people, my name is Krystal and welcome to my channel. Today I will be sharing with you how I do the solid granny square. On my previous video I created a solid granny square tote bag, and so in this video I will be sharing with you how I made that bag. So if you're interested, continue watching. So starting off, I used a yarn bee worsted weight yarn, and I used a 4.5 millimeter hook. And so for this pattern, you're going to start off with a magic circle. And if you've never done that before, I will show you how to do that now. And so what you're going to do is essentially you're just going to put the yarn across your two fingers, your middle finger and your pointer finger. And you're going to wrap that yarn around those two fingers, and you're going to cross over the yarn, kind of making that X right here. And then you're going to come over on the other side, and you should have two yarns on the top side of your fingers. So you have a front yarn and a back yarn. So I'm going to show you how to do that again. Just put those two fingers together, put that yarn across, making an X at the bottom of your fingers, and when you wrap it around, you should have two yarns at the top, a front and a back. Next, I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to slip it underneath the first yarn and grab the second, and I'm going to pull it forward. Then I'm going to twist, my hook like so. Next, I'm just going to make sure I hold these two together so that they don't come apart. What I've done, slip my fingers out, and now I'm going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So those are my 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now that's going to act as the beginning of the corner for my first round for my square. So next I'm going to do 3 double crochets. Oh, and with the 3 double crochet, if you've never done double crochet, let me slow down. If you've never done a double crochet, what you'll do is you'll yarn over, you'll put your hook through that magic circle, you're going to pull up a loop, and you should have 3 loops on your hook. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you're going to yarn over again, pull through the first 2 loops, and then you'll yarn over a second time and pull through the second loops on your hook. And I'm going to show you how to do that again. Yarn over, make sure you put that through the magic circle. You got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2 on your hook. And so what you should have right now is your chain 4, your 3 double crochets. Next, we're going to make the another corner for the square, and you're going to do that corner using the treble crochet stitch. So with a treble crochet, we're going to yarn over twice. So it's going to be 1 and 2. We're going to go through our magic circle again. We're going to pull up a loop, but this time you're going to have 4 loops on your hook, okay? So you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through another 2, and then yarn over again for the last time and pull through the last 2 loops on your hook. And that's how you do your treble crochet. Then after that, we're going to do 3 more double crochets. That's 1. This is 2, 3, and now, let's see, now we've got our 3 double crochets. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to do another treble crochet. And I'm going to show you how to do that once again. So with the treble crochet, remember, you're going to yarn over twice. 1, 2, then you're going to put your hook through your magic circle, pull up a loop, which you should have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, and then yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops on your hook. And that's going to form another corner for your square. And so then we're going to do 3 double crochets again. That's 1. This is 2. Okay. And that's 3 double crochets. And just in case you want to kind of see, okay, where am I with this square? What you can do is you can pull the shorter end of your yarn, so you can kind of close in your square to see, okay, how are we looking so far? And as you can see, we're forming the sides of our square, and we've formed 3 sides so far. I'm going to tighten that up a little bit more. We formed 3 sides. That's 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to go in making another treble crochet to make the last corner for this round. And then we're going to make our last 3 double crochets. Okay, great. Now as you can see, that square is forming. I'm going to take this tail and pull it to the back. Next, what we're going to do is we're back around to the side where our 4 chains were. So what we're going to do a slip stitch into the 4th chain at the top. And if you need to pull it back with your finger, you can. But I slipped it through. I'm going to grab that yarn, pull it through there, and pull it through the loop on my hook, okay? And now I'm going to squeeze. I'm going to tighten this short tail so that I can get my square to come in some more. There. And we've got our cute little square looking really nice. So next what we're going to do is we're going to start our second round, and we're going to chain 4. And again, that chain 4 is going to be the starting place for our corner of the second round, or the next round. So I'm going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there goes your 4 chains. And then what we're going to do, we're going to continue to form our corners, and we're going to do 2 double crochets in the place where we just formed our chain. What I like to do is I like to put my my double crochets in here and here. Sometimes some people do it just in this space, but I kind of like to do it right here to try to make it as solid as possible. It might be kind of tight when you're doing that, but I like to do it that way because I want my square to come out as solid as much as I can get it. So I'm going to slip that through. And remember, when you're doing your double crochet, you're going to yarn over and then slip through. So I'm going to yarn over for my second double crochet. And then there. There you go. Now, with this second round, keep in mind that before you begin, you want to make sure that you have 3 stitches available so that you can do your 3 double crochets going across. You're going to have 1, 2, and 3, okay? Because this piece, or this corner over here, this stitch over here is going to be a corner for the second round, a second corner for the second round. So I'm going to do a double crochet. So yarn over. This is the first double crochet. This is the second. And this is the third. Okay. Now what we're going to do for this corner here is we're going to do 4 double crochets and 1 treble. And how you do that, you're going to do 2 double crochets first, 1 treble, and then your last 2 double crochets. So I'm going to show you how to do that here. Here is the corner. So this is the first double crochet, the second double crochet, Here's your treble. Remember, you yarn over twice for that one. Put it in the same stitch. Okay? And then you're going to do your last 2 double crochets. And all of that goes in the same stitch. So you should have like 5 stitches in that corner. And I like to double check just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. Next, on the side, we're going to do 3 double crochets. Once again, as we did before. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to do your 4 double crochets and your 1 treble right in this corner. Now I'm over here in my corner, working on my second double crochet. I'm going to do my treble, yarn over twice for that one. Now I'm going in and do my last 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Okay. All right. So as you can see, our corners is forming or are forming. And so again, what you'll do is you'll do 3 double crochets, you'll do your corner stitches, and then another 3 double crochets, and I'll meet you around on the other side. Okay, so now I've made it over to the other side, and as you can see, the square is forming. And so what we're going to do is we're going to complete this corner by putting 2 double crochets right in here. And so what I do is I put my double crochets, let's see, let me find my little space. Right in here is where I put my 2 double crochets to complete this corner that we started with in the beginning of that round. So I'm going to stick it in there. 2 double crochets, that's 1, and here is 2. My yarn is, let me stretch my yarn out a little bit. Okay, so now that we've completed that corner, I'm going to go in and do a slip stitch into the 4th chain from the top. Sometimes what I like to do, if I have a hard time trying to find where my stitch is, I'll just count 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll stick my needle through there to kind of loosen it up for me so I can get in there. All right, this is going to be a slip stitch. Okay, there. All right, so that is the second round, and so now we're going to go on and do the 3rd round. And again, we're just going to do 4 chains starting in our corner, and then we'll do 2 double crochets to form that corner for the 3rd round like we did for the 2nd. 4, that's 4 chains. I like to, again, put mine right in here. That's where I put my 2 double crochets. Okay, there. Now, so I've got my corner. So with this 3rd round, you'll see that, of course, we've increased the number of stitches that we've got going across. So you're going to have 7 stitches. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is going to be the corner stitch. And how you know that's the corner is because if you kind of take a peek at the bottom, you'll tell that this stitch below is that treble stitch on the 2nd row. It's going to be longer than the double crochet. So I'm going to put 7 double crochets here in these stitches.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay.
And then the same thing is going to apply for every corner that we do, of course with the exception of the starting corner, but the same exception or the same pattern is going to apply to each of these corners as we continue to build upon this square. 2 double crochets, 1 treble, and 2 double crochets, and in that order. I'm going to do 2 double crochets, here's my treble, whoop, and here's my double. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do our 7 double crochets all around. Of course, keep in mind in that corner it's still going to be the same thing with the double and the treble crochet, and I will meet you back around on the other side. Okay, so now we've made it all the way to the other side, and so I am going to put 2 double crochets right here in this space. Okay, and I'm going to slip stitch into the 4th chain at the top. Right up here. Okay, so now this is the essentially probably one of the most easiest granny squares that you'll ever do. And this granny square is great for you know, making blankets or, you know, bags where you don't want them to have a lot of holes in them. And this is great for that. Keep in mind though, so you can make this granny square as big as you want it to be. But just know that with every new round that you do, you will increase 4 stitches on each side. So we just got done with 7 here on the 3rd round. Now we're going on to the 4th round, and that's going to have 11 stitches. And if you keep going, you're going to have 15 stitches. And then if you keep on going, then you're going to have 19 stitches, and so on and so forth. And that's going to apply to just the sides of the square, not the corner. The corner is going to stay the same, where you have your 2 double crochets, 1 treble, and 2 more double crochets. Okay, and so I'm going to keep on going with that, with 11 stitches all the way around. And keep in mind too, one thing I want to provide a little note, that if you find that you have too many stitches on your sides or not enough, one of the troubleshooting that you can do, one of the tips you can do, is go take a look at your corner and see if you put the right number of double crochets and trebles in that corner stitch. There has been times when I was, you know, going with my granny square, and I saw that I did not have enough stitches on one of the sides of my square, and that was because I did not put enough stitches in the corner that I was supposed to. So if you ever run into that problem, just go back and look and see, check your corners and make sure you have the right number of stitches in your corners. And so I'm going to finish up this last round, and I will meet you on the other side. Okay, so this is the final round of this square, at least for the purposes of this video. And so I am going to complete this corner stitch right in here with 2 double crochets. That's 1. Whoop, and 2. Okay, so I'm going to do a slip stitch into the 4th chain at the top. And voila, so I have got my solid granny square. And so, yeah, this is it. Again, just keep in mind as you continue to increase your square, just know that it's going to increase 4 stitches on each side the bigger and bigger that you go. Yeah, I hope that this tutorial was helpful. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you like content like this, if this was informative to you or you just enjoyed it, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and thank you so much for watching.